Welcome back to the channel. Barcelona are making massive moves in the transfer market as Hansi Flick and Deco prepare for a new era at Camp Nou. With Anthony Gordon reportedly completing his move from Newcastle United and Bernardo Silva also linked with a sensational arrival, the Blaugrana are sending a strong message to the rest of Europe. But these big signings could mean the end of the road for Marcus Rashford at Barcelona, as reports claim the English forward is no longer part of the club's plans for next season. At the same time, Barca are preparing an ambitious move for Atlético Madrid superstar Julián Alvarez as the long-term replacement for Robert Lewandowski. In today's video we break down why Anthony Gordon is seen as the perfect fit for Hansi Flick, why Marcus Rashford is now expected to leave, Barcelona's huge plan to sign Julián Alvarez, Bernardo Silva's possible free transfer move, the latest on Ibrahima, Konaté and defensive reinforcements. Which players Barcelona could sell to balance financial fair play rules. Can Barcelona really build a Champions League winning squad this summer? Watch until the end and let us know your thoughts in the comments. Premier League star out of Barcelona's plans for next season after big signing report. Barcelona have caused quite a stir in the European transfer market this week, with Anthony Gordon having reportedly passed his medical ahead of a €70 million move from Newcastle, while Bernardo Silva is also expected to arrive on a free transfer. The arrivals signal a clear intent from Hansi Flick and Deco to raise the bar in attack and build a squad capable of competing for the Champions League next season. However, with Gordon arriving to fill the left-wing role, one player has been pushed firmly towards the exit door. According to RAC1, Marcus Rashford is no longer in Barcelona's plans for next season. Gordon's arrival directly occupies the space the Englishman had been filling, and on multiple levels the club view the Newcastle winger as an upgrade. Defensively and in terms of pressing intensity, Gordon is considered more suited to Flick's demands, drawing favorable comparisons to Rafinha in terms of his overall contribution. From a financial perspective, his lower salary and the way his amortization is distributed also make him a more efficient option under La Liga's fair play regulations. What are the chances of Rashford staying? Rashford's continuation at the club would only be considered if Barcelona failed to sign a striker to replace Robert Lewandowski, a scenario the club currently view as highly unlikely. The decision also reflects a cold-eyed assessment of what this season revealed. Without Rafinha, Barcelona struggled badly, falling out of both the Copa del Rey and the Champions League at the hands of Atlético Madrid. The club are determined not to be exposed in the same way again, and Gordon's profile offers a genuine like-for-like alternative of the highest quality. 3 deals Barcelona must complete after Anthony Gordon transfer. Only an official announcement is missing before England international Anthony Gordon is confirmed as Barcelona's first signing of the summer transfer window, but there's still plenty of work left to be done. Barcelona acted rapidly and struck a deal with Newcastle United worth €80 million, £69.3 million, $93.2 million, plus add-ons to acquire Gordon. The 25-year-old was already spotted in Barcelona and only a routine medical evaluation separates him from making his move to Catalonia official. The signing will make Gordon the most expensive transfer Barcelona have completed during the Hansi Flick era, and it's a clear statement of intent that the club is aiming to operate without constraints during the summer window. The Catalans constantly stated they expected to meet La Liga's financial fair play rules by the time the summer came around. That sentiment has been echoed in recent windows, but it finally seems like there's reason to believe Barcelona are capable of making marquee signings, with Gordon's move not being the only one in the pipeline. With the deal for Gordon done, what's next for Barcelona? Barcelona's next mission is even more ambitious, poaching star center-forward Julián Alvarez away from Atlético Madrid. The Argentine has been Barcelona's main target to replace Robert Lewandowski for almost a year now, and his arrival has never looked closer. The Catalans are preparing a €100 million, $116 million, offer, but reports suggest Atlético want more to let go of Alvarez. Negotiations are expected to continue in the coming days and further reports indicate Alvarez is more than enticed by the chance of joining Barca. The 26-year-old's departure from Atleti this summer is looking increasingly likely, with Barcelona as his preferred destination despite having other very appealing admirers. Barcelona have made signing a world-class striker their priority ahead of the 2026-27 season and Alvarez more than meets that criteria. He's the perfect fit for Flick's system and it's unlikely Barca can find a better Lewandowski replacement. If Barcelona are unable to meet Atleti's demands or Los Rojiblancos are simply unwilling to negotiate, then pivoting to another elite striker to replace the departing Pole is a must. The Catalans can't go into 2026-27 without addressing the striker position. Bernardo Silva and other market opportunities. Once the move for Alvarez is completed, or any other elite striker, Barcelona can be more than satisfied with their summer spending spree. The cherry on the cake would be to take advantage of opportunities that could present themselves in the form of free agents, and there are some intriguing names worth considering. Bernardo Silva is looking for a new home after leaving Manchester City. Barcelona held an interest in the Portuguese midfielder not so long ago, and it appears they could rekindle it again. Talks with the player have reportedly already taken place, and a transfer is a real possibility. On the surface, Silva's arrival is not a necessity given the amount of quality midfielders already in-house. But the versatile Portuguese would add both experience and depth, something Barca missed during the climax of 2025-26, as injuries forced Flick to overtax his players, namely Pedri, who looked far from his best when Barca needed him most. Silva has other suitors, but Barcelona emerged as his preferred landing spot as he wishes to stay competing in Europe's elite. His versatility could easily be exploited by Flick. Bernardo Silva is looking for a new home after leaving Manchester City. Barcelona held an interest in the Portuguese midfielder not so long ago, and it appears they could rekindle it again. Talks with the player have reportedly already taken place, and a transfer is a real possibility. On the surface, Silva's arrival is not a necessity given the amount of quality midfielders already in-house. But the versatile Portuguese would add both experience and depth, something Barca missed during the climax of 2025-26, as injuries forced Flick to overtax his players, namely Pedri, who looked far from his best when Barca needed him most. Silva has other suitors, but Barcelona emerged as his preferred landing spot as he wishes to stay competing in Europe's elite. His versatility could easily be exploited by Flick. Another alternative worth considering is Liverpool centre-back Ibrahima Konaté, who will become a free agent in the coming weeks. Barcelona could certainly use a quality centre-back reinforcement, and recent reports suggest the Frenchman is on the way out of Anfield after failing to agree on a contract renewal. Gordon's transfer plus Alvarez's potential arrival would see Barcelona spend upwards of $200 million. That's a heavy investment for any team, let alone one that's endured plenty of financial woes in recent years. If Barcelona want to avoid more financial fair play issues, they must also facilitate player exits. Finding a way to reduce the team's wage bill is of particular importance. Marc-Andre ter Stegen and Ansu Fati are two of the team's highest earners, and both players will be returning from loan. Monaco are interested in making Fati's transfer permanent, but finding a new home for the German goalkeeper is of crucial importance. Offloading those two salaries would bring much-needed flexibility. Difficult decisions must also be made regarding other players. Ronald Araujo, Jules Koundé, Marc Casado, and even Alejandro Balde have all been linked with moves elsewhere, especially the former three. If solid offers arrive, it could be in Barca's best interest to let at least some of them go. Selling players that have seemingly fallen down Flick's pecking order and offloading salaries would significantly increase Barca's chances of meeting financial fair play regulations and perhaps even gather enough funds to add more reinforcements. Centre-back is a position the club have opted not to spend big on, but one that could certainly use upgrading. Overall, Barcelona have started the off-season making headline-grabbing moves in the transfer market, and they are expected to continue being active in the coming weeks and months to try to maximize their potential of enjoying even more success in 2026-27. Barcelona are clearly planning one of the biggest rebuilds in European football, and the arrivals of Anthony Gordon and potentially Julián Alvarez could completely transform Hansi Flick's squad for next season. However, difficult exits and major financial decisions still need to happen before Barca can fully complete their dream transfer window. What do you think about Barcelona's transfer plans? Should Rashford stay or leave? And is Julián Alvarez the perfect replacement for Lewandowski? Drop your opinions in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, share with fellow football fans, and subscribe to the channel for more daily football news, transfer updates, and breaking Barcelona stories.